Hi, I'm Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. We are coming to a new moon in Sagittarius. But before we get into the new moon in Sag, which is going to be at 2:05 a.m. on the 27th of November for Sydney, it's going to be at 10:05 p.m. on the 26th for New York City, and for Brisbane, Sunshine Coast, where I am, it's going to be at 1:05 a.m. on the early hours of Wednesday morning. Now, this particular new moon, that new moon in Sagittarius, it always comes off this Scorpio season. You know, Scorpio, that time where we've gone into our deep and darkest fears, where we've had the chance for those fears to come to the surface, and whether we've confronted them or not, or moved through them, or faced them, or, you know, done what we've had to do to go through that Scorpionic time and, you know, look within our deeper part of ourselves. Or we get a complete transformation where we get to go, okay, so I'm in a new space, I'm in a new way of thinking, I'm in a new relationship, or I'm in a new position in myself, or I'm in a new position in my career, or am I leaving my career, or am I changing, you know, in such a rapid way. So reflect upon the last 4 weeks that you've just been through, and then start to look at what's now in this new alignment of your truth, starting from a clean white slate. When you just blank everything out and you imagine yourself grounded on all four pillars, like that centaur, half horse, half man, with the intellect of man, looking at your lofty ideals or goals, you know. What are those higher goals and dreams? You know, is it such a long game, long dream that it's something that you look at for, you know, when you're dying on your deathbed, you want your soul to move in a very easy way? Or is it a goal of a relationship? Or is it a goal of a house? Or is it a goal of a travel to a country that you haven't been to? Or is it a goal of starting a business or doing something new, learning something new, or just learning to be present more often? What is your actual goal? Is it to change your diet? So many people I've been speaking to lately have been watching Game Changers, and they're all going plant-based, and they've actually realized, no, I want to have a lighter body. I want to feel different within. What is bringing you to that alignment, and what is bringing you to that goal? When you think about that centaur, it's 4 horses' hooves, grounded, agile, ready to take direction. This is the phase that we're entering into tomorrow, or early hours of tonight. How do we start that new slate? You know, when you look at the lunar cycles, you know, everything goes in these 2-week little waves, you know, from new moon up to full moon and the waxing, and then waning down to the next new moon, where we've had that cleanse, that shed, that letting go period. You know, I cut off all my fingernails so they're all tidy and short. You know, we've cut, you know, doing trim hair, or cull things from the house, or cull our belongings, or cull the negative self-talk or belief. You know, reading as usual a lot of Dr. Joseph Dispenza. You know, where is that art of becoming supernatural, where you yourself become that placebo? And this channel is called Manifesting Destiny. How are you actually manifesting what you want, where you're congruent with that intellect from your mind to what you actually feel in your emotional body and your heart, to what your actions are reflecting in your physical day-to-day life? How do those 3 things match up? You know, for me, it's been not missing a day of meditation and making sure I sit and do the practice and have that commitment, not for others, but for myself. And then from there, everything can grow. So have a little reflect back at this last month. What came up for you? Was it a change in abode? Was it a change in diet? Was it a change in friendships? Was it a change in career? You know, have a look at was it just a very internal and personal shift of your own beliefs? You know, was it a change in your habits, little daily tweaks that you've started to add into your normal routine? You know, flossing. Like, what are those changes that you have added in? So this particular new moon in Sagittarius, as we move from that intense and transformative time of Scorpio season, have a look at where you want to start planting those new seeds of intention and what you want to aim for. If you were that archer holding your bow and arrow steady and choosing that goal, that vision for that new life, how can you embody it here and now in the 3 dimensions so that you can live it when you start to move through? There's a lot of talk of this ascension between, we often skip the 4th dimension and then go into 5th dimensional thinking, 6th dimensional thinking, where we're starting to think about the multiverses and how our thoughts infect not just the quantum field right here in this current situation and presence, but in all the multiverses in this cosmos that is ever expanding and ever infinite. So we're starting to open that limited thinking of belief of just what we see with our 3-dimensional eyes as being solid. And we're starting to see that there's far more to this cosmos and this existence that we live in. And the lighter and lighter we get, the less karmic burdens we take on. The more we go plant-based, or the less toxins we put into our body, or whatever, in whatever way it lightens your way so that you can put your soul's agenda first. Start to notice what that is. One of my affirmations that I use every morning, just quietly in myself, is, what is good for my soul's agenda today? And sometimes it's really uncomfortable things that happen. And I have to sit in that uncomfortability and see what comes up for me and go, oh, this is my truth. So see what's good for your soul's agenda just for today, and especially on the eve of this new moon and on the new moon in this next phase going forward. Now, how do you want to see that amplification happen as you get yourself more and more in alignment to your goals, more and more alignment into your truth? In a fun and adventurous way. Change can be fun, can be adventurous, can be new. It doesn't have to be stoic. Start with this clean white slate. Write, think, dream, manifest, believe. But tune into that sovereign part of you. And do it with such focus. It's just like that centaur holding his bow and arrow to that exact fixed point, that exact desire, knowing and believing in it fully, trusting in it implicitly, joyfully letting go and surrendering that to the divine grace. And then, with the agility of the horse, taking the action steps to get there. We can't just sit there and dream about, one day I'm going to have this car, if we're not actually going to make the steps to go there. Take action and the universe will respond if your subconscious and your conscious mind are actually congruent. When do they become in congruency? Is when we have a genuine integrity from what we think, from what we say, from what we speak to what we do. This is the time of a new moon in Sagittarius. This is your time to live your vision. Manifest your destiny. My name is Meera Allen. If you would like any more information, it's below. If you'd like to subscribe. Share this with your friends or anyone that you feel that may be interested in listening or may find some value in this. And have a beautiful new moon in Sagittarius. Be in your truth. Namaste.